media and things like that. A statement game for this team to go up to Virginia Tech and beat them like that.
Yeah, I think that they're going to keep calling us. I mean, they're going to say soft all they want. It doesn't matter. I don't think that affects us as much as it used to. Used to look at that stuff and then get really mad and try to prove them wrong every game. But I don't think we even care about that anymore. I think that we play to win, and that's all that really matters, and do the best we can do out there on the field. And I think that obviously going to Virginia Tech and beating them in Blacksburg is a huge statement for us and something we hadn't done here in the past, to win 3 big games like that in a row. And I think that whether that we prove that little theory wrong about whatever being soft or not, that's I don't think we really care about that. I think it's more so we're trying to win the games we're supposed to win, and obviously that's been every game we played so far. So just keep doing that.
Had you guys built up just a lot of confidence going in? I think you made the quote last week, whether you realize it or not, but you said we're really going to enjoy the plane ride home after we beat them.
Yeah. Well, I think when I said that, I didn't mean it in the context that we were. I thought we were going to win the game and it was going to be fun. I meant that when we, if we do beat them, it was going to be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun ride. Obviously, home after winning that game, I think anytime you beat a team like that on the road, and everybody thinks that you're going to, they're going to just pummel you and all that kind of stuff. It's an awesome kind of feeling, and very enjoyable to be around all the guys on the way back. And that's one of the best things about playing football, man, is winning games and being able to celebrate with your teammates.
Coach Swinney said that you guys are doing a great job of blocking out all of the negative, the positives, the backslapping. How are you able to do that?
Just play. I think that there's a lot of theories of how to not listen to that, anything on the outside, but I think that we're just playing. I think that like one game at a time and kind of like Coach Swinney said, we've had problems having a lot of negative up until Virginia Tech, and now the problem for us is probably going to be a lot of positive, a lot of pats on the back and that kind of thing. So the biggest thing is to kind of not believe the hype no matter what it is, whether it's negative or whether it's positive. You just kind of know what you can do and take one game at a time, because kind of when people start patting you on the back a little too much, you start looking ahead and kind of looking at things where you shouldn't be looking, and when you start looking ahead, then you start getting beat. So we just kind of want to focus on the here and the now, and that's the biggest thing we can do. And I think this team is, I don't think that's a problem for us because of where we've been. We haven't obviously we haven't seen this kind of success in a while, but we've been in we know we're one game away from being right back where we came from. So it's I think it's an humble team. It's a responsive team to the way we handle our positive things that we're doing.
When you look at Maryland 2009, when you look at Boston College last year, 2 games you were favored to win, did not. Is there key threads that when you look at preparation for those games, or things that went wrong, or?
We were a very good team last year and the year before. 2009 obviously we won the Atlantic Division, but we still lost 2 games in the division and was able to go to the championship. So we obviously, that I was on that team obviously, but I think this team's a lot different. I think that we, probably with some things where we kind of expected to walk in and just beat teams by showing up, and I think that was something that this team doesn't do. I think that like I said, it's a different team, different year. The guys that were on that team last year and the year before, it's a totally different mentality. There's a lot of different guys, a lot of different way we do things is different. I don't think we downplay any team, and I think this team's hopefully so far this year we've done a good job, other than Wofford, of playing the best game every time we played. And I think that if we can keep that going and not play down to competition and play as good as we're capable of playing, then we should have a pretty successful year.
What's one thing you did? You said you guys do things differently this year to avoid.
I just think it's just focusing on one game at a time. I just think it's not looking ahead. I think that happens with a lot of teams who, win a couple big games and then they think they're nobody's going to beat them. But if you just got to remember where you came from and what got you where you are. And I think that's what we do a good job of is, focus on today's practice, tomorrow's practice, and we'll do that when we get there. We'll play Saturday's game when it gets here.
I imagine as an offense, it's also got to be easy getting motivated for BC, considering you haven't scored a touchdown against them in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, that's another thing. It's kind of a motivation to kind of be able to get in the end zone against these guys. It's been tough tough sledding the past 2 years. Last year we moved the ball a little bit on them and we're able to get in the red zone, 3 or 4 times and not come away with any points. So it's a big thing for us. Last year obviously Chandler was a freshman, and this year he's a sophomore kicker who's got a lot of confidence, doing a lot better. And Taj has got a lot of confidence in the backfield. We got a lot of things that potentially could get in the end zone a lot better than we could last year. So I think we're confident in this that we can get in the end zone this week. And the thing is to kind of do that. It's kind of to break that 2-year streak of not doing it.
What was the experience like when you guys got back Saturday night at the West End?
Oh, it's fun, man. You can't. I mean, to be able to have fans that'll get up out of bed at 2 o'clock in the morning and come over here and meet us when we get back is an awesome thing. And not a lot of programs have that. A lot of teams don't have that kind of support from the fans. To have fans that just show up in Blacksburg and fans that'll be here too. So that's awesome. Anytime you can have that, man, it's just great to have that kind of support. And I think that, winning big games, man, they'll show up. They keep showing up, and hopefully we can keep doing that and keep having that kind of success.
I know where Wilkes County is, and it's not far from Blacksburg, really.
No,
did
not at
you have a
all.
lot of family and friends?
Yeah, I did actually. It's probably only about an hour, 30 minutes from there. So I had a lot of people come up and were able to watch that, and it's kind of cool too because it was cold, and I'm where I'm from, we played in that every Friday night in high school, so it was fun to be able to kind of get back in that atmosphere and win a big game like that, man. It's just you can't say enough about it, just to be able to go to Blacksburg and beat a good team like that. But every week's huge for us, and we got to know that. We beat 3 very good teams, but the games that are just as important as the next one, and that's one thing we've been really harping on is, every week we got to have the same focus we've had the last 3 weeks.
Man, you talked about you got to get better every week as a team and all that. What do you see are some of your weak points? Not you, but the offense altogether. Where do you still need to get better at, you think?
Obviously, our running game can improve. It's not where we want it to be. There's a lot of things that we can do to control that. But I think last week, there's some times when you can't really see, if you're not watching the film closely, that we did a good job of blocking up front, and it just the kind of the atmosphere had a little bit to do with it. But I think that I think if we can, BC has a very good front seven. The linebackers and defensive line are, every year they put a good front seven out there who's going to be tough to handle. And to be able to run the ball against those guys, no matter what their record is or build anything, I think would be a huge thing for us this weekend. So I think if we can come away with some pretty big rushing yards this week, it'd be huge to be improve our running game and help improve our offense. I mean, it's pretty obvious we can throw the ball, but I think there's going to be times when you're not going to be able to throw the ball as much as you can. Like this past Saturday, we didn't have that much success throwing the ball. So I think that we're going to have to get the running game going a little bit more.